Alright, so now we're talking about The Dark Knight. Um, Now, I can actually kind of remember going to this in the theaters. I just remember going with like some friends, some family friends, and I just remember walking out of the theater. That's it. Yeah, but I remember when this movie came out. It was a huge deal. Um, Everybody loved it, and everyone was like, "Man, this movie is so good." And they're right. The first like 3 times I saw it when I was younger, I liked it, but I was like, why is everyone saying this is so good? It's no uh, Pony Princess. Okay, uh, so yeah, let's just get right into it. The opening scene alone is like great. Um, Now, if you don't know what the plot of the movie is, why haven't you seen this? But basically, Batman tries to stop the Joker. That's basically the plot. Some stuff happens in the beginning. It's a little complicated, but basically the Joker steals this money from the mob. Uh, and then he talks to the mob later, and he's like, "Hey, mob, I'll give you their money back if you let me keep half to kill Batman, because I know you're all so afraid of Batman, and if I kill him, y'all won't be afraid of him no more." Um, and there's something about some Chinese guy that had something to do with the money, but when I think about it, it just confuses me more. So we're just gonna go with that. So once again, like I said in the other one, it's more of a crime film than a superhero film. Because really in these movies, you don't see Batman all that often, really. Um, Especially in the first and the last one. This one probably has the most Batman. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But and of course, like again, the cast is really good. Um, Christian Bale, Michael Caine is really good. Uh, Morgan Freeman. But this time they add Heath Ledger to the mix, which is probably the greatest performance by an actor of all time. Um, it's too bad he had to die, you know, because that would have been cool if they could have put him in somewhere in the Dark Knight Rises. Because I mean, when you watch him like this, it's not Heath Ledger. Because I haven't watched a lot of Heath Ledger stuff, but just the little like clips and stuff I have seen of him, this doesn't seem like the same guy. It doesn't even look like him. I mean, all he's wearing is just makeup. The aneurysms, just how he moves, the way he talks. It's just he's a completely different person. I mean, it's crazy. Um, no, he did such a good job. It's ridiculous. I mean, someone in a superhero movie, a comic book movie, winning Best Supporting Actor, you know they were good. And just the look of his character, the best looking Joker of all time. I mean, he's got the makeup. It's just makeup, you know. It just looks so good. Um, and his character's interesting because he's just a crazy guy. You can't like okay, because he doesn't want money. When he gets his money from, he just burns it. You know, he just does things. That's what I think. He actually just says that he's like, I just do things. He's like for no reason basically. Um, the only reason I can really get for what he's doing is he's just crazy, and he wants to show that the criminals in the town don't have to be afraid of Batman. He just wants to basically play with Batman, play with the cops, you know, play with Harvey Dent, um, all that stuff. But when I really thought about the movie longer, the movie's really not about the Joker. You know, he's just the thing that's causing this stuff happening. Really, the movie. I mean, of course, other than Batman, you know, but his more. It's really more about Harvey Dent. because um, it's kind of his rise and fall and things. Because if you look at him, I feel like he is kind of the opposite of Batman. He lost someone. They both lost someone. They both had these feelings like of anger and wanting revenge. But Batman took a route, made it something positive. Harvey Dent didn't and became a murderer. Um, and Batman almost became that. Like he almost killed the guy who killed his parents, but someone else killed him first, basically, in the first movie. And it's kind of looking at what Batman could have become. Um, I think that was really interesting. It was just stop saying him. So yeah, Harvey Dent's character I thought was really good too. The action scenes in this movie are great. Some of the best action scenes, and they're all very practical. I mean, of course, they're CGI, but it's blended so well with the rest of it. I mean, just look at that truck flip. That was a real truck they had to flip over. Most movies wouldn't even think about doing that. They'd be like, that's gonna cost some money. Let's just CGI it. But the fact he's like, no, we're actually gonna build up a truck. Like, we're gonna, I forget exactly how they did it, but it's just, and of course, the whole thing is in one long, wide take. It's not 50 different shots of different angles of this falling over. And the movie is just entertaining. It's really hard not to watch this and not be entertained. There's so many great moments. There's a part where he blows up. I guess it's kind of spoilers, but you've probably already seen the movie. If not, you've seen these parts before. Blows up the hospital. The part with the boats. The part where he walks in on the mob. You want to see a pencil? Want to see this pencil disappear? What else is there? Of course, the first time they actually catch the Joker. There's so many interesting circumstances, you know, things that happen. It's just so dang entertaining. And another question the movie likes to ask is like, does Gotham really need Batman? Because if you think about it, the only reason a lot of this stuff is happening with the Joker is because Batman is around. Because like I said, he's really just doing it to prove the criminals don't need to be afraid of Batman. So probably a lot of the stuff when it happened to Batman wasn't there. So maybe Batman doesn't need to be around, but if Batman wasn't around, who would stop a lot of these people? Oh no. So like, that's one thing that I've always kind of liked about Batman. And some other superheroes do that, like the X-Men, where they're not just the good superhero all the time. They're always questioned, and he's got his supporters, he's got his haters. So, and of course the score was really good. And there are some really good shots in the movie. Like probably my favorite shot. It's a really good shot. It's right after. Actually, I'm not gonna say, but this whole building's like on fire. The police are putting it. Well, not the police. The fire department's putting it out, and he stands there. You just have to see it. I'm not gonna put it in there because I don't want to edit anything. And this movie has so many moments where it kind of asks you like, what would you do? Especially like mostly the part with the two fairies. If you haven't seen it, basically what happens is they're trying to get all these prisoners out because they know the Joker's gonna be targeting them. I forget exactly why they say, and they're also trying to get some other people out at the same time. And the Joker puts 2 bombs on the boat, and they each give the detonators to the other boat. And if neither of them blow up the other boat, then then the Joker will blow up both boats. And so the people on the boat with just the regular people, they're well, they're criminals. What's the reason for all of us dying? And it's just Like, seriously, you are like, what would I do? What would I do? And just the very end, from that point on, is just really intense. It's super good. Um, all I can say is it's just really good. The only thing I have a problem with in the movie is when I was when I thought about it afterwards, I kind of got it, but there's just a few things in the beginning that didn't quite make sense to me. Like I said earlier about the Asian guy who's dealing with the mob. I still don't quite get that, and like the Joker has no like. The Joker's just crazy and he doesn't have an actual point. Like he doesn't have like an overall goal, and so it kind of leaves me lost at a few like. So I'm trying to like figure out things, but I'm overthinking it. I think. Um. So, anyways, but this movie is great. If you haven't seen it, what's wrong with you? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's very close to a 10 though. It's very close. Um, but they're just movies that I like a lot more, which is saying a lot because this is good. So yeah, that's it.